Do you like gold diggers? Well, today you'll become one of them. Hi, this is Ori from Failures to Grow channel, and today we will talk about gold miners, lithium miners, diamond miners, as I mentioned in previous video. What does it mean? It means we will have a look at some companies that can be part of your portfolio. They also bring dividends, and I will show you a simple analysis of their balance sheet and income statement, and after I will tell you what I think about these companies. Disclaimer: in this video there is no financial advice, so please make sure you understand that I'm not a financial advisor and I am not responsible for your financial decisions. The first of them is Albemarle Corporation, which is a miner company that is mining lithium, and they are supplying, for example, Tesla and other automotive companies. They have mines in Australia, USA, and Chile. The mine in Australia is owned by this company only from 49%. They belong between dividend aristocrats, which means they pay dividends every year for more than 25 years, and the dividend is increasing every year, which is a sign of very high quality company usually, and we can say they are blue chips company. These companies are usually for people who are seeking something that is a safe investment, and these companies are very often also part of S&P 500 index or something like that. It depends on the country where they are registered. Okay, now we will have a look at the chart of the company, which you can see on the screen. As you can see, the Albemarle Corporation performed extreme growth in last 3 years, probably because of the electric cars or generally electric technology are very wanted at the moment, and many of them need lithium. Yeah, so you could see the one who bought this company, for example, at 2020 or 2021, earned a lot of money on it in percentage. Now let's have a look at the balance sheet. As you can see, the total assets of the company in the last 4 years increased more than 56%, which is pretty good, right? The liabilities increased 25.9%, which is less than the assets, and that is good. And the total equity of the company increased 400%, which I consider as perfect thing. What about their debt? Their debt in 4 years increased by 4.6% only, which I consider as not bad. When I see, for example, the asset, the equity, and the debt, I can see it's good. The question is if the company is going to grow. Well, I don't know, but in my opinion, lithium will be very, 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 very wanted in upcoming next years, let's say 10 years plus, even more. So I believe, as I said, this can be good investment, especially because it is also the dividend aristocrat. I don't have this company in my portfolio because I expect different dividends from my companies, and this company brings dividends that are not that high, So, but this is not a problem at all. As you can see, the total revenue of the company increased, and it increased almost twice in last 4 years. But also the cost of revenue increased. So the ratio between that you can count yourself. So you will count cost of revenue divided the total revenue, and you can count what happens. I like the revenue is increasing because the company probably has cash after to do their operations, etc. and it is something like correlation, in my opinion, together with the chart. So in my opinion, it could be nice and safe investment for another couple of years, especially for people who want dividends in safe investment. But this is not a financial advice. And here you can see the dividend history since 2018. And as I said, the company is increasing the dividend every year. They pay the dividend quarterly, which is very normal. So this was Albemarle Corporation. The next company, the company number 2, is called Franco-Nevada. Franco-Nevada is a royalty and streaming company, which means they are helping gold miners. So now we are gold diggers. They are helping gold miners to fund their projects, which means when a gold miner, for example, needs money, they help them to get the money. This company pays dividend as well. They are not dividend aristocrat because the dividends are variable, which for some people can be a problem. Some people can stand it. It depends what you expect from the company. They are registered in USA and they are operating internationally. Canada, USA, and South America. Let's have a look at the chart of Franco-Nevada Corporation. You can see the high growth between 2019 and now, which again means people who invested the time in this company could earn a lot of money, or let's say performance in percentage. It depends how much you invest. And also it comes with dividends, so they could do even some reinvestment, so they could perform compound interest. What will happen with gold in the next years, for example? I don't know. I am not able to predict future. And from this chart, I can see the company can grow because there is nothing like big increase and big decrease, something like that. It's something similar that the corporation before. Gold is used in electronics, so there is high potential for the growth of the company. But let's have a look at the numbers to see if I'm mistaken or not. If I'm able to predict the growth based on the numbers, not on the chart. So first of all, let's have a look at the balance sheet. I did again assets, liabilities, total equity, and total debt, which I consider as the very important things. And as we can see at the picture, the total assets in the last 4 years increased by 25.4%, which is nice. Liabilities decreased by 4.2%, which is perfect because the company is getting rid of their liabilities. And total equity increased by 26.7%. This is a good sign in my opinion. Now look at the total debt. They have no debt at the moment. So in last 4 years, their debt decreased by 100%. So they are debt free at the moment. It's perfect now for the growth because when the company doesn't have debt, they don't have to pay the debt. They have also less liabilities, so they can focus on maybe development of the company. Maybe they can pay more dividends after. I don't know what is the decision or what will be the decision of the board of the directors, etc. It seems like a good opportunity to invest right now. Another thing is their income statement. In last 4 years, the total revenue is increasing, but the cost of the revenue is decreasing, which is pretty good. When we see the dividends, you can see the dividends are increasing constantly. I was doing some research and I didn't find it's dividend aristocrat or not, but since 2017 the dividends are increasing, and that is good sign. Maybe it will be higher because the debt is now like zero from the balance sheet, so we will see in the future. Myself, I would consider it for people who want to save money in investing, which seems like safe, this can be good opportunity. But again, this is not something that I would invest in, because I'm seeking different kind of dividend yield, which is better for me, as I'm on the beginning of in investing, and maybe in another 20 years, for example, I will choose companies like this. So this is Franco Nevada Corporation. The third company that we will analyze at the moment is from Britain. It's called Anglo American PLC. They are worldwide mining company. They are doing diamonds, copper, platinum, and other mines. From the chart that you can see, what I see in the chart, I'm like a wizard, predicting the future from the crystal ball. Because of this chart, probably we cannot do anything from the chart. We don't see chart, we see company. Usually there is living organism, dynamic organism, driven by people, and people are performing the numbers. People are numbers as well, but not much. Okay, people are those who are performing the numbers. This is how I think. And what I think is, when I develop good relationship, after we as team or friends, whatever, can develop good numbers. So it means, for example, good emotions in the team. And this is what I think is very important. And no matter what are the, for example, skills of people, because skill is usually something that can be learned. If I'm not talking about like rocket science or something like that. So let's have a look at the chart. The chart looks like a roller coaster. Big up and big down in 2016. Since 2016, the company is growing, and again, it could be very nice investment for the one who bought the company. Now, let's have a look at the balance sheet. This balance sheet doesn't look that good like the balance sheet before, and maybe from this balance sheet we can see something like the big drop before would happen in the future, but I don't know. This is just my prediction and I can be completely wrong. So let's have a look at that. Last 4 years, total assets increased plus 20%. Liabilities increased 34%, which is a lot compared to the assets. But maybe they have something that they want to perform, like developing of the company. I didn't read the news. I'm just doing the analysis of the balance sheet. This simple thing just to show you some principles. And another thing is the equity. Equity increased by 8%, so 2% a year, which is probably good, but could be better. This is something like, basic materials. So we are not talking about, for example, let's say accounting or consultant company that helps people when crisis. And when there are crises, these companies like accounting and consultancy are growing because they're helping people in crisis when many companies are decreasing. So vice versa, or opposite. Total debt increased 33% plus, which, in my opinion, is not good sign, and we should think about this investment. What about this income statement? The total revenue for 3 years was increasing, but the last year, 22, it was decreasing. So something that we should think about. And the same, the cost of revenue. Actually, cost of revenue was increasing for year of 2019 2020 after the cost of revenue is decreasing, which is good. Again, you can count the ratio between the total revenue and the cost of revenue. So cost of revenue divided by total revenue. And now let's have a look at the dividends. I have dividend from stock market from USA. That's why this is in USD, but the company is from Britain. So as you can see, the price of the company is in pounds or pennies to be exact, but it doesn't matter. So the dividends are variable. So which means, in my opinion, or what I see from that is the company is working dynamically with the dividend payouts to make sure they are safe after the dividend payouts. I don't think even me, for example, if I receive dividend, one year it will be, for example, 1 USD, and another year it will be 70 cents, and another year, for example, 150. I don't mind, because why? Because I am seeking companies that pay dividends and they do it continuously. Of course, once the dividend is decreasing continuously for a couple of years, I am the one who is closing the position and I'm gonna seek another company. But here, it doesn't happen. Would I invest in this company? Well, to be honest, I don't know. Those two previous company, I would say yes, why not? But when I see the chart and also the numbers, the chart told me the company was in crisis once, and from the numbers from the recent last 4 years, there is something that shows me the company is getting worse at the moment. But let's be prepared, for example, for the results of this year, and maybe after we can say I am wrong or not, as I am not able to predict the future. So this was Anglo American PLC, a number 4 company now, which is called Premier African Minerals, and that is a company that I mentioned in previous video because I'm investing in this company. So let's have a look at the chart of the company now. As you can see, there was big pump in 2015. This company is OTC company. So OTC means over-the-counter company, which means this is company, for example, which doesn't have like revenues yet, etc. There are usually very small companies, or penny stocks we can call it. They are very cheap and we don't know what is going to happen. So we believe this company, for example, will be good. This is company that is minor. They are seeking something in Zimbabwe. Recently, they started with such a production, so they started to dig the things, the things from the ground, and they were performing many years of geological, researching and getting also permission from the governments of the countries where they operating. So the process is so long, but investors seem like they trust the company, they trust the management, and as you can see, since 2021, the company's chart is increasing as well. Also, me at the moment, I'm little more than 150% in plus in this on this investment, and we will see what will the future bring. So from what I was reading, and I did a little more researching than numbers, also the statements of the geological researching at this thing, it's really a lot of things to read, but it's really, in my opinion, entertaining thing, and I like it. Now, balance sheet of Premier African Minerals. Total assets increased in the total assets of 2019, 2020, and 2021 increased by 104.8%, which is perfect. People are investing in the company through the OTC markets, as I said. So even me, I'm practically the one who is investing directly in the company through this way or through this method. So this is really, really good. Like, I feel so important doing this. And now, total liabilities in those 3 years decreased by 55.6%, which is a lot, and it's perfect. This is what I want to see. And probably everybody who invests money, even the management and even the employees, because when you have less liabilities, then there is even better chance, for example, you keep the job for a longer time, etc. Equity in those last 3 years between 2019 and 2021 increased by 187%, which is perfect. And as you can see, total debt decreased by minus 76%, which I like because it's really a huge number. And as you can see, the income statement and its total revenue zero, because they didn't start the sales yet, because they are still in the beginning. So let's wish them luck. Let's wish luck all the investors who do. Let's wish luck to the management and also the people who work for them, because this is not definitely easy job, to be somewhere in this environment. and like this. So for today, it's everything about some simple analysis of companies. So you see how you can use, for example, part of the balance sheet or income statement. I believe this video brought something new to you. You hopefully learned something new. Please comment under the video, give me some feedback to know if I do something wrong or not. I would be really happy for that. Subscribe to this channel, make like, press the bell button, and see you in the next video.